beautiful area. That's one way to get rid of a body. Yep. Let the bear do his thing. Please tell me it has exploding tips. Nice. Yeah, we're in a gunfight with a bat. That's not ideal. Hello, everyone. I'm Geoff Reeves, Navy SEAL and Hollywood stunt performer. Today on this episode of Experts React, we'll be critiquing Far Cry 5. Now, this game is set in a rural American county which has been overrun by a dangerous cult. Personally, I'm curious to see how this game mixes open world chaos with tactical combat and how believable some of these scenarios really are. And with that, let's check it out. All right, set up in a beautiful scenery. Wait a minute, already off the bat, can we jump off a bridge? Hold on, I'm gonna start this over. So we're seen patrolling along a bridge, looking around pretty hastily. We jump off the bridge, and it appears that we have a base jumping rig that all of a sudden we deploy and then land. Okay, first of all, base jumping rigs, while they open fast, they don't open that fast. Especially when you have the landing area about 50 feet below you and about 100 feet away. Even if you were to land in the water, the base jump rig isn't going to come out that fast. And so fascinated by that. But no, that would not happen. That guy would be a splat on the ground before anything happens. Especially with all the gear that I'm sure he has on. So already out of the gates. No. Okay. Oh, cool. Love the, got a bow and arrow. Going Rambo here. Please tell me it has exploding tips. Very cool. Exploding arrows, nice. So we've got a person right up front, and I love the fact that he just reached through the window, grabbed somebody that was a bit inquisitive, pulled them out, and then silently neutralized them. Big fan of that. Appears we got some night vision ability some X-ray vision going on that we can see through walls and such. So okay, I'm down for it. I'm hoping that there's a piece of equipment over there for that. Great shot right in the back and retrieves his arrow. Very, very good. But then we're also running around right in the middle of the daytime with patrols right nearby. That's a pretty risky move. The necessity to feel to go through small spaces like windows rather than big doors for a human is fascinating to me. It's great for gameplay, but the realism of it is there's a lot more. It's a lot more dynamic to be able to do that. But I'm also kind of surprised that the animals aren't making more noise than what they are. Typically, animals, when they're around and they see somebody that they're not used to, it tips them off. They make noises. Even if the person they know is getting too close to them, the four-legged animal is going to make some kind of noise, which is going to get somebody's attention. The closeness that this person is operating on amongst the people around them and being able to get away from it, that's not accurate. Like, we've taken our time behind this person way longer than we need to. Way longer. At any point in time, this guy could turn around, get a shot off. Like, I don't understand why we're using dead space, we're using cover concealment, and then making swift action coming right behind him, and then neutralizing the enemy. Cool takeout of the guy by jumping up and fisting this guy right down to the ground, hammer fisting this guy right down to the ground, but more for show than it is real world. So we had an elevated position, our bow and arrow is ready to go, and we jumped down 5 feet away from him to come up next to him. So, love the takedown. Be able to utilize your arrows, make them last longer. I love it. Good shot with the other arrow, taking out that guy. Yes, these use a window rather than a door. So now we're right back into the same scenario where we were. When we were here the first time, why don't we just clear out these people? I love the low crouch that we're doing. Smashing them against the propane bottle. Very cool. But I also got to believe, like, nobody heard this? Nice shot through the head. Definitely down for that. That's going to make a loud sound. Coming down, sliding down a rooftop and then landing on top of an 18-wheeler's trailer, that's going to make a loud sound. Off the roof takedown. Things like this. Nice shot to the head. Don't know if that happened in real world like that, but okay. So that's an interesting takeout with the metal bar to liberate a brewery. Love it. Puppers. Jumping into the window and then bringing him out. No, I'm not gonna believe that in a real world situation that you would reach through a window like that and then take him out. If you have a silencer on your weapon, you're gonna use it. You're gonna use the cover of the brick building to hide you from people on the inside, outside, or you just don't take the shot because it's not a good target opportunity. I love it for the video game how you can grab people and draw them out. See, now then we taking out the female like that with the silencer. I do buy that. You're in an elevated position. You've got a silencer on the firearm. You're in the house. You don't want the people to hear. You take the shot. However, I will say, if somebody is across the way like that, the silencer isn't that quiet, where the other person inside the room on an open floor like that is not going to hear it unless they're absolutely tuned out, headphones on. So that's interesting. To take a knife and throw it when this gentleman has had the drop on so many other people and come up behind him to take them, why didn't he do that with this guy but decided to stand far away and throw a knife? Or use the silencer on him? Our pup has found his way inside the structure. So it's interesting, right? When we look at that picture of our character tracking the bad guy there, looking at this picture right here, it looks like the silencer or the muzzle is actually resting on the sill of the window. Some people trying to hide themselves bring up the firearm just enough so that the optic clears, but the muzzle isn't. And when they go to fire, they actually shoot the object in front of them, like the windowsill or the door frame or the car door or the car itself. So looking at this, it looks like he's just about cleared it. But then when the person walks in by the foliage, we've lost the opportunity because the round will be affected as it goes through that. So jumping out of the window into this particular environment where you've got enemy to your right, enemy to your left, and you're in the middle isn't ideal because you're technically surrounded. If he were to have maintained cover and taken out a prison or taken out a bad guy, then he would have been able to hide himself, conceal himself, or move yourself around so that you can fight in one direction and not have a 360 battle. And we're hiding behind a flower pot, and this gentleman hasn't seen us yet, or the bad guys hasn't. Come on. We've turned our back now. How has this person not seen us? So putting out charges, okay. We've moved to an elevated position, which I like. However, there's so many more places that we could have taken people out from now, taken our bad guys out, versus getting on this steep sloped roof, probably not a lot of grip, climbing up a ladder in the middle of the daytime with 6 guys below that nobody saw us climb up there. And I love that our dog is sitting in the middle of this, but nobody's asked a question of where this dog came from, whose dog this is. I like the tactic, or I like the idea of setting a charge there if somebody comes up, kind of booby trapping it. Did we need to waste that explosive on that in that particular moment? Probably not. Okay, dropped into a wooded area, running through a field down towards honking vehicle.
Angels. Kill those trucks and clean up the angels.
Again, how we ended up in the air with a parachute, not quite sure, but okay. Go Boomer. Tell you what, man, fur missiles are awesome. Such a great asset. There we go. That would be a good use of a munition. Use it on the vehicle. Take it out. Some erratic flying by our pilot. Honed in on us. How does this dude not hear footprints coming up a metal roof? I don't know, but or feel the difference, hear it or anything. I love that we hit him with a baseball bat and this dude went flying. Love how the bad guy jumps through the window, breaks glass, and we're in a gunfight with a bat. That's not ideal. Again, why are we not grabbing some standoff weapon, like a rifle, like a pistol at a minimum? So we climbed a ladder to get on the roof, just to jump off the roof and get back in the fight. Dude's got some superhuman strength to be hitting people like that and making them fly. It's whack-a-mole people in the water. All right. It's a pretty fortified outpost for a cult. Spent a lot of time and money up here. Again, run around with a pistol. If we have a rifle, much better. Keeping our profile low. Trying to use cover concealment. Oh, that's just nasty. I mean, poor pups. You're gonna put a charge on a dog. Effective use of a bomb dog, literally. That's one way to take them out. Poor pups. Lots of areas around here to hide and shoot from, and
Modern society. The great vampire sucking the world dry.
how does the guy look in his direction and not see us? We're not even hiding behind anything. Might take his rifle. Take his rifle. Take his rifle. Repelling our way down. We repelled. Okay, we're bounding down a metal structure in the middle of the day. Hard rubber sole boots on the metal. We rappel right down next to this dude, and he doesn't hear or see us. I mean, these guys must be hypnotized. We're literally crouched following these dudes. You know. Okay, now, real world, where's the second guy that we just had? He would be jumping on top, shooting at, fighting us at the same time. I do like the stealth takeouts, though. I will say that. I do appreciate that. It's a beautiful area. That's one way to get rid of a body. Yep.
The great vampire sucking the world dry.
A lot of unnecessary sliding, I'm saying, but whatever. Come slide into home plate in the middle, in the sunlight. I like to use the zip on. That's neat. These bad guys suck. Like, they're looking right at us and then just waiting to be shot. And we certainly have a fetish with getting on rooftops and for no apparent reason. Like, come on. This dude is walking right towards us. We are up above the sandbags and nothing? It's not a very good sentry. So that's what I'm not buying about this game, is all the bad guys are like the worst ones in the world. No self-preservation. They suck at their job. And it's like they're deaf, dumb, and blind. Slingshot arrow is pretty cool, though. Nice. Exploding arrow. Okay. Okay. I can buy that. Move out. We put a charge onto a vehicle. Probably not while we're driving it. I'd probably wait to put the charge on the vehicle afterwards. Good use of the detonator on the vehicle, though. There we are with our firearm. Love it. M14, it looks like. With an optic on it. Okay. Go for the shot. Well done. Now we're getting some good tactics. I'll let the bear do his thing. Okay, good. I can buy that kill. Don't know if I necessarily like underneath the train like that, coming out attacking. Good use of the charge. We're exposing ourselves a lot. So I don't know if I necessarily agree with using a charge out there, because they're using them like grenades, and that's not necessarily true in that. Shooting from the elevated position, I like. I actually like the fact we have to do mag changes. That dude took several rounds to the head. That's impressive. Okay, we got a tactical bear on our side. All right.
Don't actually feed him cheeseburgers, because, you know, he's got the diabetes.
well. Far Cry 5 is definitely more action movie than military sim, but it certainly does look like a blast to play. You know, a few of the weapons and takedowns were pretty solid, but the overwhelming majority of moments were just pure video game imagination. It is fun to think about how you would actually deal with a situation like this if it ever became real life, though. Thank you for watching this episode of Experts React. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss more breakdowns like this one. Again, my name is Geoff Reeves, and if you'd like to follow me, you can find me on Instagram under official Geoff Reeves. Again, thank you for watching. Until next time.